All right, boys and girls. So this is your chapter 3 Go Math exam. I'm going to go over each question. And the first question is asking you to mark next to the set that models the number at the beginning of the row. So you look at the number that's here. I'm not going to say what it is. And then your job is to identify that number and look for the set of cubes that shows that number. And when you find that group, you're going to bubble it in. Okay. Question number 2. Mark under the word that matches the number of objects at the beginning of the row. So you count the whistles and you can even label it. And then you're going to look for the word of that number. Okay. Next question, number 3. Mark under the set that models a way to make 9. So simply look at the 10 frame, look at the counters in the 10 frame, and look for the one that shows you 9. Feel free to label them, or if you want, just make sure you count slowly because the dots are small. So just take your time if you're counting, okay? Next page. No, sorry, next question. Question 4, looking at the baseballs, they want you to count the baseballs in each set and then mark under the set that models 9. So you look for the group of baseballs that has 9. Now for this one, you might want to label it only because the way that they put some of the baseballs, some of them are in the shape of a circle, so you don't want to make sure you're counting correctly, okay? So they want you to bubble in the one that shows you 9 baseballs. Now moving on to the next page, question 5. Question 5 is asking you to mark under the word that shows the number of apples at the beginning of the row. So what you could do is you can count and label the apples. Once you finish counting and labeling the apples, you look for the word of that number. Number 6, mark under the number that shows the number of stars at the beginning of the row. So again, feel free to count and label. Labeling helps a lot because it helps you to focus and count slower. Sometimes when you count too fast and then you're counting the wrong numbers. So keep in mind, boys and girls, wherever you could label, just try to label because it allows you to focus better. So you know how much you have. So once you finish counting and labeling the stars, you look for that number and you bubble it in. Question 7. Looking at those 10 frames, they want you to mark under the set that models a way to make 7. So you look at the 10 frames, you look to see which one has 7 counters, and then that's the one that you bubble in. Number 8, count the butterflies in each set. Mark under the set that models 7. So again, here, the way that they put the butterflies, some of them are like in a different design. So what I recommend is that you boys and girls count and label the butterflies so that way you're not counting an extra butterfly that you've already counted, okay? So simply look for the set of butterflies that has 7, and that's the one that you want to bubble in. Moving on to the next page, 3rd page. This is a part where you're going to be filling in the answers on the line. There's no more bubbling in. So they give you some pinwheels for number 9. They want you to count the pinwheels and then write the number on the line. So because the pinwheels are in a circle, like I've taught you many times, the best strategy, label the pinwheels so that way you're not counting again an extra pinwheel that you're not supposed to count, okay? And then once you finish labeling, then you write your answer on the line as to how many pinwheels you have. Number 10, count how many fish. Write the number. Same thing, count, label, take your time. Once you finish counting and labeling the fish, you write your answer on the line. Number 11, looking at the 10 frame. Count how many counters, write the number. So again, feel free to count with your magic finger. If you want to make sure that you're counting the right way, you can label, okay? Label the counters in the 10 frame and then write your answer on the line. Number 12, they want you to write the number on the line that matches the word. So your job, you have to try your best to read that word and figure out what number it is, so that way you can write the number on the line. Then the next question, 13. The instructions say, count how many counters and write the number. So count all those counters in the 10 frame slowly, label it if you'd like, and then write the number on the line. Number 14. They want you to write the number that matches the word. So look at the word, try to figure out what number that word is, and then you write the number on the line. Number 15. Count how many birds. Write the number. So again, because of the way how the birds are displayed, the best strategy is to count and label with your pencil the number of birds that you see there. Once you finish counting and labeling, you'll write the number on the line. Number 16. The pineapples. They would like for you to count the pineapples and then write the number on the line. Okay, so count, label the pineapples, and then write how many pineapples you have on the line. Now, number 17 is the big question. So I'm gonna actually zoom out and I'm gonna show you exactly what you have to do here on this page. Now, for this problem, boys and girls and families, on the Google Classroom, I actually added the link to the Unifix cubes, because in case if you don't have cubes at home, you're more than welcome to use this website to drag any color cube they want to use to answer this question, because the question is requesting to give the child 21 connecting cubes. So I'm not expecting everyone to have connecting cubes. That's why I provided that link, so that way you can use the cubes on that website. So they want you to make cube trains for numbers 6 to 8. So what that means is this. They give you, let's count how many lines. They give you 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So there's 4 lines. So they want you to make cube trains. Remember, the trains go across like a choo-choo train. So you're going to start making cube trains with the number 6. So you show 6 cube trains. Sorry, you're going to make a cube train with 6 cubes. So you do that in the top line first, and then you write the number. On the next line, you're going to make a cube train of 7 cubes. And then on the line, you write 7. Okay. Then on the next line, you make a cube train with 8 cubes going across, and then you write the number 8 on the line. Now, the next part that it wants you to do for the last line down here, they want you to make a cube train that's 1 more than 8. So you have to think of what's 1 greater than 8. So it's the next number right after 8. That number is what you're going to write here on the bottom line, and you're going to illustrate a cube train with that many cubes going across, okay? And then the last part that they want you to do, they want you to circle the number that's 1 less than 7. So you look for the number 7 and you think, what's 1 less? So you go back. You have to think of the smaller number. So you go to the number 7 and 1 less than 7. You look for that number and then you circle that number. Okay, so that is it. That's what you have to do for the math exam. And then I just explained in detail what to do for this last piece here for question 17. So the instructions are on the last page. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But that is pretty much it. So this is here on Google Classroom. Feel free to use that website, and then the children can form trains of cubes. That way they understand more that last question. Okay, so that is it.